Right. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to call in tonight. I'm always excited to see your faces. I want to give a huge shout out to Holly, because not only has she really taken advantage of this opportunity from day one and has been a rock star coach. Today she announced that she has lost over 50 pounds of the program on her 7th week of the 21-day fix. Seventh round of the 21-day fix. That would be a lot in 7 weeks. But honestly, Holly, like I can't say enough great things about the person you are and how happy I am to have you on this journey with me. And I'm just so incredibly happy for you and what you're, the transition that you're doing with yourself personally and for your family. And I just see this light in you. Even looking at the pictures today, and every time I speak with you, it's just amazing. I feel like you change on a daily basis for the better, and I just love it. So I really wanted to take a moment to say that, because I don't know if everyone gets the opportunity yet to kind of know your story and connect with you. So I hope everyone takes the opportunity to be touched by your spirit and your positive energy. So, oh, you're welcome. Do you want to say anything, Holly, or anything that's been happening with your progress right now, or how things are going? And
Sure, I can talk. It's funny, before I got on this call, I remember I was thinking back to the first call that I went in on. And I remember being scared on that call, going in with a bunch of Beachbody coaches and what I thought a Beachbody coach was back then. And I remember looking at my face the whole time and being like, oh, is my face too chubby? Can I be one of these coaches? And I said to Heather when I started, like, I can't be a Beachbody coach. I'm too heavy, and she was like, what are you talking about? And I didn't get it then. I didn't get it all. And it's really prepared me now for people that say that to me. I'm like, I didn't look like this when I started. It doesn't have anything to do with what you look like. It has to do with, how you feel inside and what you want to do and how you want to help people. And for me, the experience that I had with Heather and how she helped me change my life and change my mind frame, I wanted to give that back to other people. That's always been kind of like my push, is to give that back to other people. And so it's interesting because I make videos now, and every once in a while I glance up and I see myself, and I remember like how much I've changed and how different I've become. And I think as I get better as a person, I get better as a coach, and it just like spirals, and it's really exciting. So I think it's helped my business a lot. It helps me talk to people. It helps me understand where people are coming from. And I think it really helps people. I had a challenger today who had a really rough day. She had a really rough first round, and she expected more out of her first round. And I said, you know what? There were things that I was disappointed about in my first round too, but you keep going, because if you stop, then it's not going to get any better. And I remind myself of that. I was talking to Heather the other day about how November is hard. It's hard. And coming off of the month that I was just in, where I hit a really high success club, it's been a struggle for me to be like, oh, I haven't hit success club yet. I'm at SC4 and I would like to be at least success club 5. So it's just a reminder that like, it's not going to help if I stop. It's not going to help if I give up. And I watched that video that Elizabeth Hartke shared, about 10 seconds. If you guys haven't seen that, you should totally watch it, because I watch it almost every other day. Just reminding myself that like, yeah, the month is almost over, but it's not over. And there's still time to get where I want to be in my business and to get where I want to be in my goals. So it's just constant, like, use the things that are happening in your life to also push yourself in your business. And if you're not reading the Roller Coaster book by Darren Hardy, you should, because that is life-changing for me. I've been reading it every morning and every night. I split my time up. I don't always have like a whole bunch of time to read, so I do it like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and I just love that book so much. So thank you, Heather, for sending it to me.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Holly. You don't need to mute yourself, because honestly, I wanted this call to be really interactive with you guys and kind of talk about where you are. So I think that was a really good setup for the call. So my talk was fake it till you make it. And for you, Holly, I think you have a really powerful story from, a personal transformation. So, that was something in the beginning that you really wanted to work on was yourself, and that was really important to you. So, and everyone's journey is different. So I wanted to make a point that you got to a place where you felt like you were getting there for yourself before helping other people kind of achieve what they needed to achieve. And again, because like everyone feels comfortable talking, some people feel more comfortable talking about the products in the beginning. Some people feel more comfortable talking about the coach opportunity. And what I wanted to talk about tonight was really where people are with that, and sharing the coaching opportunity and understanding what this business can really do for people, and what it's already doing for yourself. Because I think a lot of people when they first start have a hard time connecting with what this opportunity has already done for them, just because they're not making $1,000 a week yet, or buying their dream house or taking these huge vacations. And really it's the little things that really inspire people. Like, even like people can really connect to the weight transformation part of this business. And they share the results, and they've lost 5 pounds, and they know that's a powerful story. So they share that, and they inspire people, and they get immediate reaction basically. And they get excited about the challenge groups and promoting that. But don't forget how amazing this coach opportunity is too. And I really want you guys to utilize that over the next few months, because especially, during this time of winter and the holidays, people have a hard time thinking about committing to a weight transformation and committing to programs, because, I wrote this in the team page the other day, but there's a lot of, struggle with them feeling like, I can't stick to the 21 days if that's the program that they're thinking of doing. I'm going to fall off track. There's just too much temptation with Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And it's just like, no, I can't do it. And then the money issue comes up. And to be honest, guys, I truly feel like the money issue is just a really easy out for people, because it's Christmas time. So it's like, ooh, I'll just tell them I don't have the money because like I need to buy gifts. Like, and don't get me wrong, I do think people are struggling financially around this time too. But I think it's just another thing. It's just an easy excuse, which we all have given at some point in our life for one reason or another, to not get started. But why not use that excuse? Why not kind of work off that and show people what this coaching opportunity can do? Even if it's a couple $100, I mean, that for some people would be life-changing. So like, don't feel like you can't share that part of your story. And, not only what this coaching opportunity has done for your confidence and where you've gotten with who you are as a person and how that's helping you to be a happier person, which is helping you to be a better parent, a better friend, a better coworker. Talk about that financial piece and how they could possibly go through the holidays by not incurring the debt that they usually incur, and being able to give the gifts to their family that they want to be able to give them. I think this is a really powerful tool and a powerful thing to communicate right now, which will really speak to people. What I wanted to talk about was the confidence behind that. And, I see that, people share the coaching opportunity, but then they go back to the challenge groups because that's where their comfort zone is. But honestly, to get to that next point in your business, what you really need to be doing is driving yourself out of your comfort zone. Because when that happens to you, it helps you to continue to grow, right? Like Holly's saying, like reading personal development every day is a way of personal growth. So is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, trying something new, talking to 10 more people than you've been talking to. Really force yourself to do those extra little things like we talked about last week on the call with Darren Hardy, that he talks about the compound effect and, what's going to make you stand out from all of the other, 30,000 coaches that, are on social media trying to push these new products, trying to get people to commit during the hardest time of year, is really going to be able to connect with the things that they are struggling with right now, that they feel like that actually they could improve on with your help. And I really think the financial piece of that is something that we should be focusing on as a team. And I'm not saying, of course, like don't stop promoting the challenge groups. It's a huge part of our business. It's a very exciting part. I mean, there are still going to be people that want to commit to health and fitness programs, especially after the holidays. Like after this Thursday, a lot of people push the 3-day refresh, which is a good tactic because people can commit to a 3-day refresh. They're feeling really bloated after Thanksgiving. They're feeling lethargic. They're just like, not feeling great about themselves. They, in their mind, will think, oh, a 3-day refresh, that's fine. It's only 3 days. So I can get rid of my Thanksgiving bloat and prepare myself to put it all back on at Christmas. But that's just the mindset, guys. The American mindset is a quick fix. People love it. And this is the thing too, guys, even if you don't have those results yet, it's fine. Utilize other resources that are around you. Utilize other people's results. Holly's results are amazing. Maybe, for the 21-day fix, maybe she'd be open to allowing you guys to share those, like just using that as example. I have 3-day refresh results. If anyone ever wanted to share those to promote on their page, I'm completely fine with that. Use top coaches' results. Like, it doesn't always have to be coming from you. Even though they may not be your results, you're still telling a story for people and inspiring them in that light. And I think that's something that we forget, that we feel like we need to be doing it all. We need to be the one who's putting ourselves out there to inspire people. It's not necessarily the case. Of course, showing your results and that you're being a product of the product is a really great way to connect with them on a personal level and to earn that trust of them knowing that you're doing this, not trying to push a product. But I mean, every once in a while, it's absolutely fine to, show someone else's results, even if it's a challenger. Like, that's really powerful too. Like, showing that you've helped someone else. It doesn't even have to be a picture. It could be something they said to you. I know, I've done this before and I've seen other coaches do it. They ask one of the challengers if they can share the results on their page. It can be, you can call them out if they're okay with that, or it can be anonymous, just, put black over their name and kind of share their experience. And those type of things really speak to people. You can even ask someone for a testimonial, especially if it's with someone who didn't think that they could afford the program at the time, but, they made it happen and they're so happy they did. Like, that would be a great testimonial to share right now that would really speak to people, to, inspire them to be like, oh my God, that's me. Like, that's totally how I'm feeling right now, but I know I need a change. So, like, put that stuff out there. Like, use these tools in order to get to, reach the people that you guys really want to be reaching. Get creative. Like, think of different ways that you can get in their heads and you can connect with, their story and what they're going through and their struggles and how you can inspire them to get started. And growing your network is a huge thing. I know everyone's at a different place when it comes to this too. And I think people are getting overwhelmed with how to grow their network, what makes best sense for them. And this really depends, guys. It all depends on how comfortable you are sharing on your personal page. If you have a like page, do you know how to utilize the like page to the best of your ability? Do you have the mentality of being able to invest in your business to reap the rewards later? And that's kind of something, we talked about last week too with Darren Hardy, is investing 10% into your business at all times. And I think this is a difficult mindset to get into when you're first starting as a coach. Depending on your financial situation, this was maybe a big jump for you to even get started. So you really want to see that money coming in before committing to putting back money into the business. But I'll tell you guys, the best thing that I've done is I'm really starting to invest into myself, invest into my business, and it's paying off. It's really paying off. I'm starting to get so much more interaction on my like page because I've put in the money to boost the pages, boost posts that I've had in there. And it's really helping me to connect with a different audience, connect with just other people who like need my help. And it's helping me to grow as a person too, and kind of be very open-minded to finding, a different level of, person who's out there who maybe I could inspire. Everyone's different with developing their brand and what they want to, where they want to get in their business. But for me, I kind of take an approach where it's like, I'm definitely going after women's in a certain age bracket, but besides that, I'm pretty much willing to work with anyone from any different background, whatever it may be. And it's really interesting, the people that are starting to reach out to me that are inspired by my page. It's not necessarily the people that I would have gone after, but it's completely fine. And I truly believe through this journey that anyone can do this. And it's just, really giving them the right tools and them having the motivation and a big enough why in order to succeed. And again, it all depends how you guys want to grow your business, how big you want this to be, in your vision and what connects with your dream board, and something to talk about with your coach. But, my vision is to be a top 10 coach, to, be a millionaire in this business, to be very successful and growing this team and helping all you guys, which I get really excited about. And utilizing your like page is probably one of the best ways to do that, because again, literally the opportunity to grow your network is unlimited. It's just, you could have hundreds of thousands of followers. So it's just a huge opportunity there. And I really want you guys to take the time to look for that opportunity, think about how it could fit into your coaching style, what you want to create with this business, and how it'll all work for you. Because there's nothing worse than feeling like you're going to run out of people and you don't feel like you have enough people to talk to, especially during this time of year, because right now it is a numbers game. You're going to be getting a lot of no's, and you have to be okay with those no's, and you just have to move on. I would say the best thing you can do right now is to be extremely organized with your leads, to make sure that you're putting notes on all the conversation that you're having with that person. Why aren't they committing right now? Put that in your spreadsheet. Why are they not committing? When did they say that maybe they could do it? So you make sure you follow up with them. Don't rely on them to get back to you. Like, this is a crazy time of year. People are not going to remember. They're not going to make themselves a priority. They're going to continue to make excuses. So you really need to be as organized as you can and take control of your lead list. And again, I know confidence is a difficult thing in this business, and it's really difficult when you're not getting people responding to you, or maybe they found something else because it's Christmas time and I said I wanted to lose weight. So my boyfriend bought me, I was talking to Lindsay today, my boyfriend bought me Weight Watchers, and I was like, I didn't really want Weight Watchers, but since he bought me a Weight Watchers, it's like, okay, and then I'll just go with that because someone bought it for me as a gift. So those type of things are going to continue to keep happening. And you just can't let it get you down. Definitely do what you can. Lindsay's approaching the situation great, and she's got the woman really inspired, and she still wants to work with Lindsay, and she wants to try to return the Weight Watchers, and which is fantastic. But my point is, there's just gonna be these roadblocks, and the worst thing that can happen is to, let them attack you and then bring you down to the point where you just kind of give up and say, you know what, these months are tough, so I'll just start again in January. It's the worst thing you can do. It's, Holly was saying before, with anything, it's like you have to be consistent in this business. The best thing that I've done in this business has been consistent, even during the really hard times, guys. And that's what I mean by faking it till you make it, right? So I just posted, there was a time hop yesterday or 2 days ago about my team. This time last year, I had 235 people. A year later, we are over 1,000 people, guys, 1,100 people. And that blew my mind. I didn't really know where I was this exact point last year until I saw that number. And it was just amazing for me. And because when I think of where I was last year, guys, I was what am I doing? I believed in this opportunity, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know if what I was doing was really helping me to be successful, but I believed I was there before I was there every moment since I started as a coach. And Lindsay Matway really speaks to me, because she had when Scotty Hobbs came on, I'm sure everyone's familiar with both of those names. Scotty Hobbs came on as her coach 3 months into her coaching, and he had said that she acted and just how she talked, and she was I have this vision and I want you guys on it, and we're gonna do this. And he thought she had been in this business for 6 years, and she had been a coach for 3 months. But she painted this picture for him that was so clear and so positive and so exciting that he was yeah, I'm on board. I'd be stupid to not be a part of this. And this is what I want you guys to really be doing. I want you to shift your mindset to having that mind. You don't need to be there before you start really talking about. You don't need to be making millions to inspire people. You just have to be positive and be excited for the future, and to know that this opportunity can get you to where you want to be. That's the most important thing, guys. To know that these products in this business opportunity can get you to where you want to be in your weight loss and in your life. Literally, that is the goal. It's that simple. But you have to believe it, and you have to believe it 24/7, even on the days when people are not getting back to you and people are saying they signed up with another coach, or they're saying they tried a different program that we all know is shit, like, and like, it's just like any excuse that you can get. Like, I just honestly, like, there was a time, I think like a year ago, when I just got like, I just for some reason got this burst of confidence, and when someone said something like that to me, I was like, you know what, like, they're lost. Like, I literally got to this mindset to the point that I was so the opposite of like feeling bad about it and caring, because I was just like, I believe in this, and if like I feel bad for them that they can't see it. And like, that's extreme, but like, literally, guys, like, you have to believe, and I know that you do. I know most of my team in downline feels the same way that I do, that these are the best products on the market. This opportunity can absolutely change your life. I know you guys believe that because you see it happening for me, you see it happening for other top coaches. Like, and I was sitting in your place last year and a few months before, like, depending on how long you guys are a coach, I was sitting at my coach's diamond retreat, looking at her numbers and how like this has changed her life, thinking, holy shit, like, this really is possible. I wasn't there yet, but I left that retreat on fire. I made a video. Like, I got so much like excitement on my Facebook because I knew that I could do it. Like, with that attitude, if I left there with a positive attitude, and I applied what she was teaching me and what I was learning, and I was just talking to people and being excited about the opportunity and what it could do, that I would bring those people to me. And I did. Like, one of my favorite quotes lately is, your vibe attracts your tribe. Like, I love that quote because I just feel like there's so much truth to that, guys. Like, you attract what you put into the world. Like, so like, whatever you're posting, like, whatever you're sharing, like, the conversations you're having with people, guys, what you show to them, what you talk about, that inspiration, that positivity, that excitement to be a part of this, you're having fun doing the programs. Like, don't take yourself too seriously. I have an issue with doing that. Like, my boyfriend yells at me all the time. Like, he's like, Heather, like, no one's going to want to join you if you're like stone-faced miserable. Like, have fun. So I mean, that's something that like I've really tried to work on. Like, literally recently, my photo shoot, and Holly was telling me this too when I was taking photos, like, I get super nervous and like I get tense, and like, the woman's like, you need to relax. Like, your business, like, you want people to be like attracted to you. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And again, like, it's something like that, like, as stupid as it sounds, and like, every woman should love a photo shoot and like putting yourself out there and getting all pretty and getting pictures. But like, I get tense. Like, it's out of my comfort zone. Like, I would joke when I was younger that I'd want to model. Like, I'm terrible. Like, she had to give me so much direction. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, what am I doing? It's just so out of my comfort zone. But I'm so happy I did it, because honestly, like, something so small like that, and like, I put myself out of my comfort zone. I invested money into my business, and I'm shocked on how much that professional photo and like what it's doing for my business right now. Like, I made a post last night, guys, about the coaching opportunity, and it's like blown up my page. So like, just doing those little things and putting yourself out of your comfort zone and getting yourself really excited about the business and wanting to share it again with like new creative ways that like you're implementing. For Holly today, it was her results. Like, that was something new that she could bring to the table, instead of just doing the everyday posts that everyone always does. And Lindsay's on the call too. Like, Lindsay, like, you're fantastic with creative posts. Like, I literally look at your posts and like your photos. Like, I feel like I take the same selfie, just different ways all the time. And like, I just think you kill it, Lindsay, with like your yoga posts and like how you're promoting yourself and like you're developing your brand. And it's really inspiring and amazing to watch. So, oh yeah, thank you so much. I love that share picture. So yeah, I mean, I really want the opportunity to hear from you guys a little bit too, and where you are at. And like, I know a lot of you like want to recruit coaches, but like, do you honestly feel comfortable doing it? Do you feel like you know what to say and like how to come across to people and how to really share the opportunity? Are you scared to get denied? Are you just, scared because you don't feel like a leader enough to coach these people along? I mean, there's different types of fear that comes with this, with just sharing the opportunity or not feeling like you're knowledgeable enough to even help people. Like, that's, I know, a fear of people as well. Like, I don't feel like a leader enough in order to make a team and bring on coaches and stuff. But again, like, guys, the best thing to do is to fake it until you make it, because when you go through that process, you're learning. Like, I remember when I had, like, Kathy was one of my, like, first runner superstar coaches, and the girl, like, literally texted me every 5 seconds asking me questions. And I was like, oh my God, I still had a full-time demanding job. I was like, what am I doing? Like, I can't be spending all this time on Beachbody. But you know what she did for me? Like, not only was my business life-changing because she was a rock star and, like, brought all this business in, but she taught me how to coach. I didn't know what I was doing. I was, like, making shit up. She's asking me questions. I didn't even know the answer to it yet. So, like, I had to Google it because I wanted to look like I knew what I was doing. So, like, those are opportunities, guys. In order to get to where you need to be, you just have to be resourceful. Reach out to me. Ask me the question. Don't show them that you don't know what you're doing. Just say, oh, like, I'm busy. I'll get back to you. Or just don't respond yet. And then reach out or find the, answer to the question. Because, like, taking those opportunities to find the answer yourself is going to help you grow too. And honestly, if you get an active coach and they're being that active and they're reaching out to you and they have all these questions, like, for me, that's an amazing sign. Like, if someone's asking a lot of questions, I'm like, yes, I, like, definitely want to work with them, because they're obviously committed. They really want to make this something. They want to succeed in this business because they want to know all the ins and outs. And that's something to be really excited about, guys. If, like, you have a new coach, come on. So yeah, if you guys don't mind talking, you don't have to, but, like, I know, Holly, like, for instance, like, I know, like, one of your things is, like, really wanting to bring on coaches, and I know I pick on you a lot, but if you don't mind, if you, like, to speak up and say, like, how that process is going for you, and where do you feel like you are with recruiting coaches, and if what I'm saying makes sense, and if it's helping you to kind of get in that mindset to think about, like, how you can step up to be a leader, even though, you haven't been a coach that long, and how that all of that feels, I guess.
Sure. I'll just apologize for the veggie tales in background.
No worries.
Knows how to use the volume. So, yeah, I mean, as I've been pretty open with the fact that I struggle with the sharing the business opportunity, and I've been doing a lot lately, and it's almost like everything is yelling at me, share the opportunity, my personal development, the push group that I did, everything is, like, resounding. So I've been really concentrating on it. I've even written it, share the opportunity everywhere. And I'm still struggling with it. So I do have one coach coming on, which I'm really excited about, but she's not coming on until January. So in the meantime, I've been brainstorming a lot of ways to share the opportunity, and I think I just have to unleash those on the public. And I really like what you said, the fake it till you make it, because that's where I struggle. And I've talked to Lindsay about this before, where I'm like, like, how do I get them to sign on with me when I don't have any coaches under me? Like, join my team of me, And Lindsay said, share the upline, share how amazing our upline is, talk about how great it would be to be part of this upline. So that's what I've been doing. And I have people interested and who want to start. And so I'm really getting excited about that. I've been doing a lot of it on a personal message to message, and I need to get better about putting it on my page. I've put up a few what I thought were really good posts, but then they don't get any attraction. So I've been doing a lot of videos because Facebook seems to like those more and share those more. And I'm also starting a Twitter account. So I'm hoping that will help too, because I'm not very big on tweeting. And so I want to get into that. Oh, and what is that other thing you people do? Instagram. I feel like, I don't know, I missed Instagram. I, like, hopped over it. So I'm trying to, like, branch out more. But it's definitely where I struggle. I mean, most people are aware that I am a diamond, but I'm a diamond of me right now. But I'm still a diamond, and I still keep pushing every day, and I don't let it get me down. And I just keep trying. And I know that once I start to get the coaches, I feel like it's going to really, like, snowball effect, and all of a sudden I'll have a team. And I'm, in the meantime, preparing myself to be, I'm watching you, I'm watching Lindsay. I'm in on, like, everyone's call that I can possibly be on any day I can, just to watch what you guys do on your calls, because I'm ready to do calls once I have a team. Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
when you think of it this way too, because you said, why would people want to coach, under me? And like, were you thinking of that when you started coaching with Heather? Like, were you like, oh, Heather is amazing. Like, I'm definitely going to sign on with her instead of like so-and-so.
Yeah.
People don't think that way, like you're amazing. Like you are proof the product works. You're consistent. You post every day. You are amazing with your customers, your clients, like own that. There are so many coaches that are so not even close to your level, and they might be 3-star diamond by default right now. Like I'm a diamond just like you're a diamond. It doesn't matter that, we're both, no one knows rank, like no one knows any of that stuff. Like it's all about you and your intentions and, your belief and your vision, and just own that and share that with people. And there's no doubt in my mind that you're just going to keep going and climbing and building your tribe. So that's all I have to say about that. End rant.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree, Holly. Like, honestly, like there are rare people that get into this business that already know so much about Beachbody that they sign on with like a Melanie Mitro because they want to be the best of the best or what they think is the best of the best. But that's not the average person. That's probably like less than 10% of anyone that becomes a Beachbody coach. So like Lindsay's saying, like, you're inspiring people every day just by like who you personally are and like your whole entire transformation. I think it's just focusing on a little bit more of what the coaching opportunity can do for you in order to inspire them in that light and what it can do. And I mean, I won't put you on the spot to ask you like what exactly are your like getting out of your comfort zone and what that would mean to you with the coaching opportunity, but I challenge you to do those type of things. So maybe it's sharing an income story and what that extra $100 a month, whatever, is doing for your family, like not living paycheck to paycheck or being able to buy certain things and like talking about those things, the hard things. And I will say, go back through her post because Danielle Whitford has amazing posts that kind of highlight it in that kind of way, where she talks about, I was able to pay our gas bill tonight. Like my Beachbody money paid for all of our bills. Like people don't think that those are like really like, fun, glamorous things to share, but like to people, that's huge. Like being able to be a stay-at-home mom with your children and you're the one that can pay the bills. Like that's not all on your husband or whatever. Maybe you're a single mom, like whatever it may be, like having that extra income to do those things is literally life-changing, and that's inspiring. I mean,
and I'll add too, Holly, like from a mom, perspective that, one of the things I like to share is the fact that like before Beachbody, I felt kind of alone as a stay-at-home mom. Like I don't have a ton of friends, I didn't have a ton of friends. I lost a little bit of my identity. Like everything was about my kids and my husband and my family. And then, Beachbody came along and I feel like I got a piece of myself back, and I have this community of support, and I am taking on this leadership role, and it's just so fulfilling in that way. And I think a lot of moms can relate to that, to feeling kind of lonely, and I'm sure you can too. Like to me, that's the thing that like makes me want to cry, because that's the thing that has been like the biggest shift in my life. And I think a lot of us need that shift. We just don't know how to make it. So I think that if you can relate to what I just said, that's something to share too about the coaching opportunity.
Absolutely, Lindsay. I love that. I really do. Like, because I think that's so important. Because, like, I know, like my sister just went back to work after having the baby, and like because that was what she was looking for. She wanted to just talk to an adult at some point during the day, and like have that community and like some people feel like they can get it from like the mommy groups or whatever, but like it's still like it's another way to inspire them to say you can have that fulfillment through this opportunity in this positive environment of people. But sorry, Holly, you were going to say something.
I thought of another thing to say as you were talking. My husband the other day said to me, "Hey, hon, you have so many friends now."
No, it's true. It sounds silly, because I get a little bit embarrassed because I'm like, yeah, I don't have a lot of friends, or I didn't have a lot of friends before Beachbody. It sounds super lame, but it's true. Like I didn't. Who has time for that? No one. But when it's your business and like you're on these calls and you're talking to people, your challengers and all these things, like it makes you feel connected to the world. Like you're like reconnecting yourself with the world. And that is not a small thing. Like it's been huge for me anyway. It's like keeping me somewhat sane.
Because what you were talking about before, like, I guess, listening to these calls is so important. That's why I love them so much, because, I wasn't really thinking about, the small income increase, because I think, oh, I'm not making millions of dollars. But like when I started Beachbody, and Heather knows this, like I was like, I literally wasn't even using an excuse. Like I could not afford a challenge pack. Like we had no money. We were struggling. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So for me to be like, hey husband, let me take that money that you're earning to pay our bills. Like it was a mess, and now we're going to Disney World,
Mm-hmm.
So like thinking about that and wanting to share that, I think is going to help me. And I guess, yeah.
Stop saying he's gonna and just do it. Like you need to just, honestly, you need to just do it. What is
tonight?
Seriously, what's the worst that can happen? What are people gonna do? Like, oh, that Holly, she's going to Disney World because she made money on Beachbody. No way. They're gonna be like, Holly, that's freaking amazing. You deserve it. You've been working your tail off. We're all seeing this transformation in you. Like, you deserve to go to Disney World with your family. That's amazing. Like, you're gonna be celebrated for that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be looking super hot there too. Just saying. Like literally, I was like blown away. Like I looked at your pictures like I think 6 times. Like my favorite is like the side view, I think.
Oh, I know.
Amazing.
It was funny because I didn't realize.
Because you never even showed me your before picture.
Well, and I didn't.
But you know what else I love, Holly? Sorry, I have to say this one thing too. You're like, so in the third picture, I'm not wearing the same bra. I'm like real talk, guys. I'm being honest. I'm wearing a sports bra or I'm wearing a strapless bra. It kind of sucks in my sides a little, just so you know. But it is a little more like you're hysterical. Like you don't even know that you're doing it, but you're doing it.
I'm very honest.
I know.
Well, I had to change bras because the other bra was like it wouldn't even hold anything. The boobs would just fall out. And
Holly, I'm never even wearing the same clothes. Like the fact that you even like have the sense to do that is amazing. I'm like, I'm about, whatever. Just wear whatever.
I wanted to find that shirt today. I was like, where is it? I'm like, I have to wear the same clothes. But it was funny because I did not think, and I think it's very important to take those pictures for
it is.
Because I was like, I don't think I've changed that much since August. Why do an updated picture? And then when I took the picture, I saw the difference. And I was like on cloud 9 all day because I was like, wow, I look so different. And I knew that that's the difference my husband's going to see. Mm-hmm. I remember the last time I shared my before and after pictures in August, I wrote Heather and I wrote my best friend and I was like, oh my God, I did it. Like, is it bad? Just look and tell me because I could still take it down. Not many people have seen it. And this time I was like, look, this is my before and after picture. And I was so excited. So there's just like a shift in mind frame too that comes with it. It's really cool.
That's confidence.
And that before picture becomes like the past.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's a really good message to new coaches that listen to this call is to understanding that shift happens. And it's not just the confidence that's built with losing weight and getting the results you want. It's the support. It's realizing that like when you get positive reinforcement from people, when they're liking your post and they're telling you how amazing you look and like, great job and keep going. And it's like, you're realizing like, oh my God, putting these pictures of myself in a sports bra or whatever is not a big deal because I'm seriously helping people and changing lives. It's such an empowering feeling. And I think it's really hard for coaches to connect with that in the beginning because they're just scared. There's just so much fear of not only putting yourself out there and showing parts of your body and where, getting out of your comfort zone that when you don't feel good about yourself, but, not knowing how people are going to react. I think that like there's so much, unknown when it comes to that point when starting your business. And so I think that's a really great message, Holly, to share as well. I think sharing that and what, this whole opportunity has just done for you personally.
That's a good point. I'm gonna write that down. I need to come up with better posts. My posts lately are not getting any traction. It's driving me crazy. And then some I try to mix it up so that people are looking. I have some of Jacob's, some of,
You can't always expect for a gazillion likes every time, though. That's just not going to happen, And it's not because of anything you're doing or not doing. It's just because people's attention span is like 2 seconds. They're not even thinking about it. I read this great line. I'm reading Big Magic right now by Elizabeth Gilbert, and I love it so much. And she told this story about someone she met. And this person said that we worry so much in our 20s and 30s about what everyone else is thinking. Then in our 40s, we start to get a little more comfortable, but then we're kind of consumed with family and the whole thing. And we really don't totally become ourselves until we're 70 years old. And we realize that no one was paying attention to us the whole time anyway. And I just love that so much. And it's so true, because we're so concerned about what everyone else is thinking, but we post. And what are they going to give us, like 1 second of their time? They're not judging us. They're not thinking anything. They're just moving on to the next, you know? So I thought that was good.
I run, because I run now, and I bought those like tight pants like Heather wears, and I'm like, I cannot wear pants. And then I was like, you know what? The person that I run by is going to see me for 2 seconds. They're not going to look at every little detail of what my pants look like. They're just going to be like, oh, that girl's running in 30-degree weather. She's an idiot. Like something like that. They're not going to be thinking about my pants, So it's
so true.
It's so true. I have to think like that more about my posting.
Absolutely. And to that point too, like in a different perspective, like even if people aren't liking it, like I can't even tell you, like most of my coaches right now that I gained through like Facebook and my personal page never liked my post, never did anything, and then randomly reached out to me and said, hey, you're inspiring me. I want to start this journey. And I was just like, huh? Like, you've never even showed me at all that you've been interested. So it's like,
oh my gosh, I got a text.
Watching.
I got a text from a friend tonight. This girl, Angela, I've known her forever. I love her to death. And she goes, just so you know, you're making an impact on people. She screenshotted a text message that one of her friends sent to her that I have no idea who this person is. And this person texted her saying, hey, I just saw a post on your friend Lindsay's page, and, it really gives me hope. Like, she didn't know that Angela would be sharing that. This is like a third party. And in my head, I'm like, can you hook a girl up? Like, no, but truly,
so nice.
But that's so nice. Like, it filled my cup, because we don't know. Like, when we don't get a lot of likes, or we don't, we're always wondering, like, are we and I've been having self-doubt lately. I'm like, am I still inspiring people? Like, am I just old news? Am I getting stale? Like, have I just like, am I spent? Have I lost my, my spark? And so getting a little thing like that makes you realize that, people are still watching, people that you don't even know, that are watching. So.
Good.
Absolutely. That's a great story. Thank you for sharing.
I don't know why I don't even think about that, because I don't think I ever liked one of Heather's posts, but I knew who she was, and I knew who to contact when I saw that infomercial. Television.
That's another important thing. So much stuff is coming up. Like, not even realizing you're doing something, right? Like, not even realizing you're being inspired by someone, or like thinking about it, but then all of a sudden, this is why the posts are so important, because all of a sudden, though, if someone sees that infomercial, they're going to think of you, hopefully, and reach out to you instead of just buying through the infomercial, because they've seen your and they know that you're doing this, and they're inspired by you, and they want to be coached by someone that they know has had success. So that's why it's really important to just continually post, even though if you don't feel like you're getting that immediate result and immediate love from everyone, but like you're inspiring so many people, and they'll finally gain the confidence. If you don't reach out to them first, they'll finally gain the confidence to reach out to you. And again, this is why it's so important to just reach out to people and start those conversations and get out of your comfort zone, and personally message people, inviting them to a challenge group, or just if it's someone closer than that, asking how they are and starting those conversations, because you never know. Like, they may say, oh my God, I meant to reach out to you last week because I saw this post and I need to get started in this journey. And like, that little message just ticked like in their mind, and they like was like, oh my God, like, yeah, we need to do this, and like, people just feel like they're bothering people when you're not. I mean, you need to push them in order to do the things that they want to do. And most people don't know what to do with health and fitness. They don't have a healthy routine. They're not self-motivated enough in order to stick with something or know exactly what they need to be doing to get to their goals. So like, everyone needs the opportunity to talk with us. So don't feel like you're bothering people, and, just, again, believe in these products enough to know what they can do for people's lives. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some no's this week, and it was funny. When I got them, I was like, all right, that's okay, because, you know, that means that I put myself out there. Like, I was kind of proud of myself that I got those no's, because I've been seeing a lot, like, go for no, go for no. And, you know, I've been doing the bingo, and so I've been reaching out to people more through that. And I've gotten some no's, but I've also gotten some maybe laters, you know, which people that I didn't even expect. So I was really excited about that.
You're going to love your bingo prize, by the way. I'm so excited.
I love free stuff. You could give me a pretzel and I'd be happy.
I'm hoping it makes you cry, but in a good way.
Oh, I like crying too sometimes. Oh, look what I found today. I didn't want to tell you that I lost it.
Holly.
So I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't. Like, I was like, what the heck? So today I was looking for, I have a little remote that I use to take my selfies. And I was like, maybe it's under the entertainment center. Something dropped behind there last week. I heard it and ignored it. Right. And it was my bracelet. And I was like, I literally, if I hadn't found it, I was going to go buy a new one. But I found it. I was so excited.
So the go for no, Carrie seemed to really love that too. So, like, is your whole team using that, Lindsay?
I don't think the whole team is. I've been encouraging them to do it, but you know, there's some coaches on my team that still have fear of reaching out and inviting, which I understand because it took me a long time to get there as well. So that's obviously kind of a mountain to climb that I think all of us go through. But yeah, Carrie and I are doing it and checking off our people, and it's actually been funny. And Carrie's great. She's like, she celebrates it. She's like, I got another one. Like, you know, at some point you are like, really, I'm going through this many no's and not one single yes. But it's been kind of like a good distraction this month because we've heard every excuse in the book for why, you know, people don't want to do it now or isn't in the budget or yeah, Greg just said Weight Watchers. We all know the Weight Watchers story now. It's the second, this is the thing, the funny thing, it's the second month in a row this has happened to me that a husband bought a gift, which is very sweet for a wife, but it like ended up blocking me from the challenge back. I'm like, husbands.
You're like, just buy her damn flowers or something, right? Like, buy her something else.
I'm like, they overheard me talking about it or overheard me wanting to, I'm like, shit, how do I get to the husbands, you know?
I almost did a post the other day, like, husbands, you know, you may not think your wives want this, but they may want it more than you know, like a Christmas gift kind of thing. Because I would love a Beachbody program for Christmas. And some people are like, oh, I wouldn't want one. But I think people do, you know, like it would be a great Christmas present.
It would be.
I think it's a post to put out there, but like, so I have a woman, that I'm talking to who said like, oh, we just can't do it. So I don't really know her, but I went to school with her husband. She just had a baby and like, I know she would like love the program, but she's like, oh, we just can't do it with Christmas. So like, I'm tempted to reach out to him and be like, hey, can we make this work?
Do it, because if not, he's going to get something else. Like he will go and get Weight Watchers or he'll buy it through Amazon like the other guy did. Like just talk to
I'm just scared to step on her toes. Like maybe she just maybe she's just really not ready to commit and doesn't want, I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm just going to reach out to him. Cause like, again, like I know him well. So
if you know him well, then yeah.
She said, oh, I'm still waking up 5 times a night. Like the baby's like young. So we'll see. But yeah, I have a similar kind of situation that could turn into a Weight Watchers, I guess. But yeah, no, I think the go for no is great, but I also think it's still good to think about how to change that no. Like, don't get too excited about it to just accept the no's. Like, I don't know if you guys watched Bonnie Engel's video that I posted in the page last week. I friggin' love that video. How like it's simple and it makes so much sense, but like really helping people to relate to like a real life situation. Like I know myself too. Like I should have never. I had a decent advertising job. I was making money, but like I was still in debt. Like I should have never bought the program when I bought it. Like I just charged it on my credit card like everything else. So I feel like telling that story when people say, oh, I don't have the money, and trying to kind of, not be so salesy, but really talk from a real life experience will help.
I share this story, which isn't even Beachbody related. I talk to people, and this is like a true story from my heart. When my husband and I were getting married, we had to go to premarital counseling for a year with our pastor. and we talked about a whole lot of things, but our pastor asked us, you know, are you going to have children? And we were like, well, we're going to wait a while until we can afford them. And he was like, if you wait until you can afford children, you will never have children. And we got pregnant on our honeymoon because we listened to him, and we were like, you know what, whatever, we're just going to do it. And honestly, like, if we waited until we could afford Jacob, we would never have him. And he's like such a blessing to us. And I feel truly, if I had waited until I could afford Beachbody, I would still be the weight I was at before. You know, I would still be where I was at, and I would never have made it to where I am now.
That's your story, Holly. Like, that's what you need to be saying to people.
Oh, I do.
That's so powerful.
Privately, but I haven't shared it publicly yet because I feel bad after sharing privately with so many people. I don't want them to think I say it to everyone, because I don't say it to everyone, but I talk to people.
It's so powerful. If anyone ever said anything, I would just say I feel like it's a really powerful message, and I mean, you're doing this to help people. Like, that's very clear. Like I was saying earlier, like, in the beginning, it was a lot about yourself and getting to where you wanted to be, but like now you know what these programs can do for people, and like you really want to change lives and pay it forward. Like, sincerely, like, everyone sees that through your post, Holly. So I don't think you're going to get that reaction that you think you're going to get. I think they're going to be like, they respect and understand how powerful your message is, and they'll respect the fact that you want to change other people's lives as well.
I have to give people more credit, I think.
Yeah.
I try to guess what everybody's going to think.
So
yeah,
can I
definitely do that.
Can I talk about a bit of a struggle that I'm having, if you guys don't mind? Like, just for a minute. I know we're like nearing on the hour and we don't talk about it a lot, but so I kind of like, I got to this point where I dropped my fear. I love my team to the point where, how do I say this? I'm enjoying like the team growing more than like the other side of things at this point. Like, I actually feel like it's my calling and purpose to help people find their strengths and grow a business. And so I just love that aspect so much. And as soon as I made that shift, even though I'm still inviting and I'm still trying to sell challenge packs and, you know, fill my challenge groups, like, I'm having a real struggle to sell a challenge pack. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, I went from hitting SC10 all the time, and I didn't hit successful last month. I'm at SC2 this month, but my team is rocking it. I haven't lost one coach. They're amazing. They're inspiring. They're posting. They want this. Like, I have 7 people on my team right now that are like go-getters and amazing. I have 4 close to diamond. Like, I feel like my team is doing great and I want to grow it. And I'm just having a hard time with like balancing those two like parts of the business, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can speak to that a lot, Lindsay. Like, I had a huge shift in my business with that over the summertime. And I mean, before then I had a shift with it where I realized stepping up as a leader and becoming a coach of others and helping them to create their dream life was something like a newfound passion of mine. Like, I was just talking about it with Gina the other day. Because Gina hasn't had that connection yet because she doesn't have any active coaches really. And she's like, she wants it. Like, she feels like that's what's really going to give her that new energy and really passion about this business that she needs, because that's something she loves about her day job. Like, when she thinks about doing this full time, like, she just like, she can't imagine not having that leadership coaching, because basically she's a consultant. So like, she helps people do well at their business. So like, she's like, I need that in order to feel fulfilled. And I was like, but you will get that from this business. You're just not there yet. And when that shift happened for me, I was the same way. I was like, oh my God, how do I balance all this? Because I still wanted, like, I had hit Success Club 10 since I had been a coach. I still wanted to hit Success Club 10. And I'm sure you guys have noticed, like, no one's really called it out, but like the summertime, I stopped hitting Success Club 10. Like, and I was mortified the first month it happened. I hit like Success Club 9. And then I took a step back and I said, you know what? Like, this isn't what matters to me anymore. Like, my goals shifted. And I don't want to say that because I do think in the beginning of your business, I think your business grows over time. And I think when you're a new coach, if you really want to be doing this, you have to be hitting Success Club 10 in order to grow it to the level you want to. I think that should be everyone's goal. But I got to a point where my passion was so much into helping all of you guys and helping you guys grow that, yeah, like it shifted in that way that like, I wasn't heavily recruiting as much. I wasn't focusing on the challenge groups as much. I was focusing more on helping my team and implementing new systems in order to help you guys in doing those things. So your business is going to be going through those shifts, but I still hit Success Club 5 every month. I still made that a non-negotiable. So I will say you have to find the balance in order to do that, Lindsay. I would say, like, still make that a priority, but like understand like where you can be putting your time in order to do that. I mean, it sounds like you're doing it now. You're recruiting a lot, and maybe it's doing the things like that, what you're doing with Carrie. Maybe it's like combining the two. So like you and Carrie are doing this together, so you feel like you're helping her while still kind of networking, growing your business. Does that make sense? Like the go for no thing is like you're doing it with her, so like you're growing your business, but you're also inspiring her to grow her business. So it's kind of like both in one.
It definitely makes sense. I think in this weird way, I feel like the universe is laughing at me a little bit, though. It's like, oh, like, you're loving your team and loving on your team. Like, we're going to make this part harder for you. Like, I literally, Heather, like, you know me, it's been hard for me to reach out to people. I am reaching out to so many people. And I think I'm a good people person. Like, I don't know what is happening. I literally have no idea. Like, all of these things come up last minute. People are on the site ready to purchase, and then I don't hear from them again. Like, it is flippin' bizarro world. So I'm not giving up on this month or next month. Trust me, I'm doing a free group right now. Like, I'm doing an open house on Sunday. Like, I feel like I'm doing everything I can. And I don't know. It's like,
all right. So let me ask you this question. And this, honestly, guys, I haven't talked about this. I'm throwing all my insecurities out there right now because this is really hard for me this summer. Because I had this huge shift, and I want to know if you are going through the same thing. So what I found, what was really difficult for me when I started not hitting Success Club 10 was I was talking to a lot of people still. I'm always talking to people because that's just part of this business that I'm not scared of. I talk to people. But I was having the same issues as you're having, Lindsay. I wasn't closing. And I was like, holy shit. And like, I felt like I was trying to help you guys with close because there were a lot of coaches, like new coaches coming in. You guys were having issues. You're reaching out to me. And I'm like, I can't show this weakness of mine because I need to be, again, like fake it till you make it. I need to be shown as a successful coach who's doing these things because I want you guys to be inspired to do them. But what I was struggling with, I think, with closing was that I was spending so much time with my team, with you guys, that every close I tried to make, there was a lot more pressure on it because I was like, oh my God, like I need to hit Success Club. You know, I was traveling too. I was doing a lot of things. It's like I took a step back at one point and said, okay, Heather, why is this happening? Why can you not close? You've been able to close for the last 14 months. You've been hitting Success Club 10 and higher. Like, what's going on? And I truly think it's because there was a shift in my personality with people. I no longer came across as I was truly trying to help with them and care about them. It was a sale to me. I was like, here's the document, please sign up. They would never sign up. I had to reach out back out. I just kept reaching back out. And I finally took a step back and said, if I was me, would I sign up? And it was like, I was being annoying to people. Like I wasn't coming across like I always came across. I wasn't taking the time to go that extra mile with people and really talk about their goals and like, was this really going to work for them? Because it was weird. It was like easy but hard because I had people reaching out to me saying, I want to do this program. And then I would lose a sale, Lindsay. Like I would lose a sale. So all I can think about is it was me. It was me and how I was reacting to them, how I was communicating to them. And I had to make a change. And it was hard to make that change. And it was hard to accept that I had got to a place in my business where I allowed this part of my business to struggle. And
yeah, no, I can relate to that. And I think part of what that is, and it's not even that I don't care anymore. It's that I think my belief in the products and what this can do and all the results I'm seeing are so strong that I forget that people don't already know that. And I'm like, oh yeah, sign up. Easy, here you go. Instead of realizing that like they don't know what I know. And I think that that's maybe where I am. So I appreciate you saying that because maybe I'm just rushing it too much and depending too much on my own knowledge and forgetting that they're not in my shoes, you know, because I'm like, this is going to help you. It's a no-brainer, duh. And like, they don't know that, you know.
No, I seriously feel the same exact way. And I think that's why, especially when people would reach out to me, because if someone reaches out to me and they're like, I'm ready to go, I'm like, okay, they must know enough to like be ready. But apparently not. Like, it was too quick. It was it came across too salesy for them. That's just what I'm assuming. And I just dropped it. And it's for the same reasons as you. I never stopped caring about people. I never stopped believing in these products. It was just like, yeah, it was just like easy peasy. Okay, go sign up. And they just never would.
Well, I think truly that's my personality. Like Heather, I say this all the time. I'm like, I wish I could just get more customers like I was. Like literally, I saw a picture on Instagram. You were the coach. I'm like, hey, I want to do this. You're like, okay, this is how you do it. I was like, okay. And I think I asked about the social security number, and you're like, oh, that's just in case if you ever like want to get paid, but you know, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And that was it. Like, can't I just have a few of those sometimes?
I know.
Have you, Lindsay, have you tried doing your signups over the phone?
I haven't. I'll be honest.
I don't even know. It's funny listening to Heather now because I swear she's the one who told me to do them on the phone. But I do.
Oh, I always tell people that. I think it's the best thing, but like, of course, you know, for obvious reasons how hard it is for me.
It's hard for you. But I do every single one over the phone. I the first maybe two I sent them things, but then I ended up talking to customer service so much because they didn't like, I had one person order the wrong challenge pack, even though I wrote out specifically what to buy. So I do it over the phone, and I think that personal connection, talking to them, and plus you're the one, I mean, you're putting it in right there. So you know, like, okay, it went under me. They got the challenge pack. You know everything that they're supposed to have. And did she just hang up? Where'd she go?
I just lost her. I don't know.
But yeah, for me, that's really helped. I mean, Heather, that's really hard for you because you're out there. But
yeah, I mean, between my schedule and the hours, it's just like it's hard. I mean, I usually basically like, I mean, I try to be really personal with them and say once they sign up, I'll set up a call with them. But like before they make that commitment, like I just don't have the time for most people at this point.
Well, they don't, the only struggle I have is like people I don't know and their social security number, and those people I try and meet in person, you know, or I just send them the form and explain to them that they're going to have to put that in there because it's hard to ask a stranger for their social security number over the phone. They don't know what I'm doing with it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's really helped me. And what I was going to say to Lindsay, and she can watch it on the replay, is, you know, the first thing I thought when she was talking about building her business and not wanting to do the challenge packs as much is, you know, everyone who gets added, oh, her computer died. Everyone that gets added to her group is going to start with the challenge pack. So if she just thinks of every challenge pack she sells as someone who could be the next rock star on her team, then maybe that will help her kind of get through the hump.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate you calling in tonight. It's so good to chat with you guys. I think this is going to be really helpful for other coaches when they listen to the recording. So it's always good to see you too, Jacob.
Can you say hi, bud? He like stole my phone because you didn't hear him, but his iPad died and he was crying. So then I go and I plug it in the kitchen. I come back and he's sitting in front of the computer. I was like, did you take my place?
Cute. Well, I hope you have a great night, and I'll post this on the page for everyone else to watch. So.
All right, great call. I thought that was really good. I'm gonna go post some things before they take my computer.
Yay! All right.
Bye.
Love you, girl. Bye. Bye, guys.